Okay, everyone, we have a little bit of news that has come out. So, as you guys know, Superhero starts screening in Japan today. I believe, like, even Goresh is going to see it, like, really, really soon. So, shout out to him. Anyways, that being said, the movie, with it being released, they do have a tie-in coming to Legends. So we're going to talk about what the idea is here, what they're telling us is happening with the date range. And we're going to take a look at some of the events in the game, which historically, if you look at the dates in the game, that will give you an idea for when new stuff is coming out, but also kind of talk about the ideal release window, right? Because, I mean, like, let's just say, ideally, they release stuff today, right? But that they probably can't do that. There's probably back-end reasons as to why, but we're going to talk about all of that. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you are by chance in Japan checking out Superhero, shout out to you. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, forgive me as well. I freaking just woke up. So they put out a tweet. So they say here, to commemorate the release of the movie Dragon Ball Super Superhero, a campaign will be held from tomorrow. When you log in for the first time during the period, you'll receive 500 crystals of time. Yeah, that's CC. And then moreover, there's 50 more CC, 10 slot removers, a gold bell, and during that period, every day as a present. So you get 50 CC every day. It's planned from 6/11 to 6/21. So that is going to be available for 10 days. So pretty awesome. So there's that. So a lot of rewards are tied into this. Typically these games are going to try to cash in on movies, especially because there's no actual like animation going on, and they don't really care about the manga because for whatever reason. But nonetheless, so when the movies come out, they try to drop stuff quickly. We can actually just briefly take a look back to Dragon Ball Super Broly content. Now, the first Broly character was Purple Broly, I believe. Let's pull him up and see when he came out in relation to that movie for also a little bit more of an idea. So Broly's been in the game for a very, very long time, as that movie is 3 years old now. So Broly came out 12/13. So, okay, that being said, we had a period of, and I had to confirm this, Broly came out same day, looks like, because the movie came out on December 14th in Japan. Broly came out same day, okay? So pretty crazy because obviously the time difference. So, I mean, they could drop something as soon as today. Now that I think about it, I didn't realize it was same day. I thought it was a couple of days later. To really, really try to cash in on the hype. Again, there will be a login campaign at least tied to this today. Now, the weirdness about today in particular is that today is not an update day. They typically update on Tuesdays, things like that. If you're familiar with the game, very rarely do they push updates towards the weekend. The reason why is because a lot of times they don't actually work on the weekends, but maybe during the anniversary they will. But yeah, they typically do it around Tuesday, and most games actually do it on Tuesdays in that area. So that being said, maybe it's possible. But yeah. But one thing I will tell you is that Broly's banner, or the movie for Broly, had multiple different banners that released different things in segments. So they'll obviously do the same thing with Superhero. They waited like a month, drop something for Broly. Waited another month, drop something for Broly. Things like that. So they'll probably segment it as well. But on top of that too, so like don't expect to get all the hype day one. But it's a weird situation because this is what a lot of people are expecting to carry the second part of the anniversary. So let's transition to talking about the actual second part of the anniversary, which we're assuming is superhero content. And the reason why the date range is important is because they say 6/11 to 6/21, right? So keep that in mind. Which today, that would be today, it's 6/10 technically, because the reason why Broly is the way it is it came out on reset or just before reset for me, Pacific time. So for me, for you, that's probably early in the morning if you're on the East Coast, but for me in Cali, that's tonight. Anyways, so the date range, 6/11 to 6/20. If we take a look at the current events in the game, which again, like I said earlier, historically you could do that to tell when the next stuff is going to start popping up. So pretty much everything. So this is a notice that came out last night for the change they made to the raid and stuff like that. This expires on the 21st, right? So keep that in mind. We're going to see a good trend here. The previous superhero campaign expires on the 20th. So this is probably not even active for most people anymore, is it? Can you even see this anymore? I don't think we're even getting this anymore if you started when you're supposed to start. So anyways, the 20th, 21st here. The actual raid ends on the 24th. Tournament of Power ends on the 21st. Tournament of Power ending on the 21st tells us that there's going to be an update that day at the minimum. But again, like I said, other stuff ends there too. And then you can go through the actual list of events. Like you have this ending on the 22nd. These Zenkai banners are going away on the 22nd. PvP, I don't see it, but PvP, whenever that ends as well, is something to consider. Here it is. 7-5. Oh no, this is an extended season. Okay, so Battle Gauntlet ends on the 21st. Oh, just a lot of stuff in the game ends on the 20th, the 21st, things like that. So I'd imagine that at the latest, there is a banner tied into this movie in that time period at around the early 20s of the month. Now, is that too late? Maybe. Maybe, because this stuff is going to spread like wildfire. You're going to start, I mean, they're going to try their best to keep it under wraps, as you know. Cultures handle things differently, but stuff's going to leak. You know, there are already leaks, but stuff's going to leak. So we're going to know what's happening in the movie. Like if for example, Gohan gets a new form, we'll know he gets a new form. Like we'll maybe even have an image like floating around, things like that, right? But I don't know if Legends would, again, hype all or cash in on all that hype day one with everything, but it's the anniversary, so maybe they will, right? So yeah, keep that in mind, but it does look like at the bare minimum stuff's happening then. But I guess the ideal date range, aside from today, would be to look somewhere towards the 14th or 15th. That's just in a few days. That's on a regular content day that they update. That would be in the middle of a patch, technically, because we're supposed to get a patch every 2 weeks, and we just got one with this update. So it will be in the middle of it, but nonetheless, though, the problem currently with what's going on is there's not really much of anything happening aside from the single character banner. And if we take a look at that banner in particular, that one actually, the thing about this banner is it stops its step up format on the 14th, which is what I'm talking about in a few days. I'd imagine when this banner turns to a regular banner or whatever is happening with it, I think it still retains step up or whatever it is, I don't know. But whatever happens with this banner and it changes formats, because it's not leaving, when it changes formats on the 14th, they're probably going to add another banner. There will be another banner added. Now the question is it going to be a rerun banner, a filler banner, whatever the case is, because there will be something added, because they typically do that. So that's an interesting date as well for what could happen, okay? So it's either the 14th, the 15th, or the early 20s, or simply put, not at all. Not at all. But I can't imagine they don't do anything at all, and they just give us some other random characters for the anniversary. I don't know. So I'm going to wrap there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. We're doing some real detective work here, boys. We're trying to make sure you guys have all of the information that you need to be successful. So that being said, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I want to say I am really excited for the superhero movie to come out, even though we can't see it for a couple of months. But you know, something I'm excited for as Gohan fan and stuff like that. So if you didn't see my video where I did a showcase for the older Gohans and stuff like that, just to hype myself up and hype you guys up, we had a lot of fun. Check those out. They'll probably be on the screen right now. Have an awesome day, guys, and take it easy. I'll see you next time.